Papua New Guinea, we use the LPV voting system, where each voter chooses their first, second, and third choice. They can either write the name or the number, it doesn't matter. It is exactly the same for both open and provincial voting papers. And the count is exactly the same for each. We will show you the open count, but the provincial count is identical.
For the 2022 national election, it's a requirement for every official to wear one of the PPEs in a polling and counting center. This is because of the pandemic. So it's very important that you put your mask on, sanitize your hands, and practice social distancing in any polling or counting centers. The ballot papers will be blue for the provincial electorate and pink for the open electorate.
My name is Vetari Yamo, and I'm the returning officer for Turumu Open Electorate. Right now we are doing the counting for the Turumu Open seat.
The police maintain the security aspect of the counting areas, so that there is no problem in the counting locations. Yeah.
The presiding officers from the voting places for this election take turns bringing their boxes back and read their reports about what happened during voting.
Box number EC01. The ballot papers in this box is 107. Scrutineers, is this confirmed?
Confirmed.
If everything is okay, the box is ready for counting. The boxes will be opened and counted one at a time. Only when the counting for this box is completely finished will the next box be opened. First, the votes are unfolded and checked to see if the presiding officer has initialed the paper and that the voter has filled them incorrectly with 3 candidates or numbers written down for 1, 2, and 3. It doesn't matter if they use words or numbers or a mixture. All okay. If one is not right, the returning officer decides if the rules allow it to be counted at all. If not, it is declared informal and is taken out.
Our voter only put his first choice only and did not put the second and third choice. So the ballot paper becomes informal.
Then the sorters will sort all the votes into piles. For each candidate, the voter chooses their one choice.
It will go to the first preference, which is Isaiah Green's candidate number 10.
Next, each candidate's votes will be taken to a count table.
Okay, counters. We have 2 counting tables, one on that side and one on this side. They'll double check again and then start counting the ballot papers for each candidate.
One person will count them and another will check. They are counted and bundled into piles of 10 with rubber bands. When all the candidates' votes have been counted, the numbers are recorded.
I am the recorder. I am responsible for the accurate recording of the counters' result.
I'm the assistant returning officer. If the returning officer is not around, I step in to take up where he left off.
Okay, so I'll just read out the score. Count 1, candidate 15, Stephen Blue got 12 votes. Candidate 16, Bill Brown got 11 votes.
Then the votes are put in a box for the candidate. Every candidate has their own box here.
We'll proceed to the second box.
And the process repeats all over again until all the boxes are done. Now all the votes from every ballot boxes has been opened, checked, sorted, counted and put in the candidate's box.
Now our recorder is recording all the figures. Ladies and gentlemen, we got our final figures.
There are 9 candidates and 300 allowed votes. How did everyone do so far? Kila, Gimme and Desi have received no one votes at all. They have finished.
After the quality check, now we'll proceed on to the next stage.
For the first preference counts for the elections this year, They will be counted either at the LLG level, the local level government level, or the provincial level, depending on situations in the provinces. We might also have some counted at the electorate level.
We're going to transfer the information to our tally sheet 66B, and then we'll proceed on to the elimination process.
The candidate who gets support from more than half the voters will be elected. Has anyone made it already just from one choices? No, no one has enough support just from their one votes. So now, the one with the least support so far is eliminated. Sorry, Steve.
Yeah, Mr. Stephen Blue is out of the race, so we have to get his ballot paper and redistribute it to the running candidates.
And his votes are taken from his box and sorted and counted again to find out who his voters wanted as their two choice. The numbers are recorded and the votes go into the box for the candidate they choose. Who did they choose? Still, no one has reached the line, so the next lowest candidate has got to go. Goodbye, Bill. And, just like Steve, Bill's votes are given to the candidate his voters chose as their two. But this voter chose Stephen for their one choice and Bill for their two choice, and both have already been excluded. So this vote goes to their three choice, Alice.
So this is still 4 more. Take it to 11.
But still, no one has reached the line. You know what happens next? Isaiah. Oh, and Alice. Hang on a second. They have the same votes. Which one of them should go? Who had less votes before the last candidate was excluded? Still the same. What about the one before? Goodbye, Alice. Alice was already this voter's three choice. Their one and two choices were already eliminated too. So this vote can't be transferred to anyone still in the race. This is called an exhausted vote.
They won't be counted. They'll be sorted into exhausted tray.
Alice's votes go to her voter's next choice. There is only 3 candidates left, but still no one has made it yet. Sorry, Isaiah.
Voters, please.
That's it. Congratulations, Susan.
Susan Yellow came from behind, but she won from her second and third preferences.
It goes right to the wire. Anyway. And then this is a good example of what this counting was, what happened. She was a dark horse and now she's the winner.
Sometimes it's good to see that the second and third preference is very important as well as the first one.
Counting went smoothly as expected, so we are really happy